Hey there, welcome back to the Speak Pro Product Podcast, the show that helps you sound more natural, confident, and fluent in English, without boring grammar drills or robotic speech. I'm Aaron, your host, and today's episode, well, it's going to be a game changer. If you've ever spent hours memorizing vocabulary lists, only to forget the words 2 days later, you're not alone. In fact, that was me for years. I had notebooks filled with words, highlighted textbooks, flashcard apps, the whole deal. But when it was time to have a real conversation, my mind would go completely blank. Sound familiar? Today, I'm going to show you exactly why memorizing vocabulary doesn't work, and more importantly, what you can do instead to actually remember and use new words forever. Let's jump in. Prohibited: why memorizing vocabulary fails. Let's start with the hard truth. Memorization isn't learning. It's short-term storage. When you memorize a word, you might be able to write it on a test the next day. But if you don't use it, connect it to something meaningful, or see it in context, your brain just throws it away. Think of your brain like a closet. If you throw a bunch of random clothes in there without folding them, labeling them, or organizing them, you'll never find them again. That's what happens when you memorize words without context. Here's another problem. Memorizing often focuses on translation. You see the word gorgeous and your brain goes, "Oh, that means nice in Bangla." Done. Next word. But the problem is, you didn't really learn how native speakers use that word. You didn't learn the tone, the emotion, the situations where it fits naturally. So, when you try to speak, you're stuck thinking in your native language, trying to translate in your head, and guessing if it sounds right. It's exhausting, and it doesn't work. Why'd have you check marks, so what actually works? Alright, here's the good news. If you want to remember vocabulary naturally, easily, and forever, you have to stop memorizing and start experiencing the language. Here's how to do it. 1. Learn vocabulary in context. Don't learn words. Learn phrases. Let's say you want to learn the word frustrated. Don't just memorize the word. Look at real-life examples. I was frustrated with the traffic this morning. She looked frustrated after the meeting. See the difference? Now you know how people actually use it, when they use it, and what kinds of emotions come with it. Even better, make your own sentence that's personal to you. I get frustrated when my internet stops working during a Zoom call. Boom. That word just got locked in your brain. 2. Use the word immediately. Here's a trick. The moment you learn a new word, use it in a sentence, a journal, or even out loud to yourself. The faster you connect a new word to your life, the faster your brain says, "Hey, this is useful. Let's keep it." So instead of memorizing 20 words a day and forgetting 19, focus on 3 words a day and use each one 3 different ways. 3. Visual plus emotional memory. Your brain loves images and emotions. Use that. Let's take the word thrilled. Don't just write, "Thrilled equals very happy." Instead, think of a moment you felt thrilled. Maybe when you got a job offer or someone surprised you with a gift. Visualize that moment. Feel it. Say, "I was thrilled when my friends threw me a surprise party." Now the word has a picture, a story, and a feeling. You're not going to forget that. 4. Use spaced repetition, not cramming. Apps like Anki or Quizlet use spaced repetition, which means they show you words at smart intervals so your brain remembers them long term. But even with those tools, don't just review flashcards. Try this. After reviewing a flashcard, say the word out loud in a full sentence, or use it in a message to a friend. Make the review active, not passive. 5. Watch, listen, and read with purpose. Instead of binge-watching shows passively, watch with a goal. Let's say you're watching Friends. Pick one character and listen for how they express emotion. Notice their vocabulary. Pause and repeat their phrases. Write down words you hear more than once. You'll be surprised how quickly you start remembering those expressions, because they're tied to a voice, a face, and a scene. Brain bonus tip: the daily dose method. Every day, do this 10-minute routine. Pick 3 new words from a video, article, or podcast. Write them in sentences from your own life. Say them out loud with emotion. Use them in a quick message, post, or journal entry. That's it. Do this daily, and in a month you'll have 90 words that aren't just memorized. They're part of your real-world vocabulary. Direct hit final thoughts. The truth is, you don't need a huge vocabulary to speak great English. You need a vocabulary that you actually use. When you stop memorizing and start living the language, making it part of your habits, your emotions, your stories, that's when real fluency starts. So the next time you see a new word, don't just write it down. Ask yourself, where have I seen this before? How can I use this in my own life? What memory or emotion can I connect it to? And then use it. Every word you speak from experience sticks with you like a friend. The rest? Just strangers you forget after the test. Now, to help you practice, let's hand things over to Mira for our vocabulary breakdown.
Hey there, I'm Mira, and it's time for our vocabulary breakdown. Aaron shared some great tips, and I want to highlight 3 useful expressions you heard in today's episode. Let's break them down. 1. Go completely blank. Means to suddenly forget everything, especially when you're nervous or under pressure. Example, I studied all night, but during the test I went completely blank. 2. Locked in your brain. Means something that is remembered very clearly and is unlikely to be forgotten. Example, that song is locked in my brain. I can't stop humming it. 3. Make it stick. Means to help something stay in your memory long term. Example, creating your own sentences helps new vocabulary stick. Try using these phrases in your own daily English practice. The more you use them, the more naturally they'll become part of your speaking. That's it for today's breakdown. Back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Mira. And thank you, listener, for spending time with me today. If this episode helped you rethink how you learn vocabulary, share it with a friend who's tired of forgetting words. And don't forget to check the free PDF below. It includes today's transcript, bonus practice exercises, and reflection questions to take your English even further. Remember, fluency isn't about memorizing. It's about connecting, using, and living the language. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep speaking forward.